Brampton makes the news again. We got here a house in Brampton that sold for 1.3 million has just resold for a $469,000 loss, meaning the house sold for $831,000, a massive drop in just a few years. We're talking almost $500,000 in value gone. This wasn't some tear down or disaster property. This is just a typical home in Brampton right now, which makes the loss even more shocking. Well, not shocking to everybody. Some commenters are arguing that this is just one house, and shouldn't be taken as a reflection of the whole of the market. But others are pointing to actual data. The median price for a semi-detached home in Brampton peaked at 1.27 million in February of 2022. Fast forward to July of 2025, that median price is $850,000, a real measurable drop. That's roughly 33% decline from the peak, and that's before you factor in inflation. With inflation, as we touched upon over the past few years, sitting around 8 to 10%, the real buying power loss is even greater on some of these properties. Now, some believe the specific sale could be tied to obviously money laundering fraud, meaning it might not reflect a normal transaction. Some people think this is basically a case of bad timing, bad financial decisions, overpaying during the peak, and being forced to sell in a down market. But there's also a lot of thoughts about power of sales in this situation, which often leads to lower sale prices and drags down nearby comparable home values. And in fact, some people are saying that Brampton might be the epicenter of power of sale listings in the GTA right now. Regardless of the reason, this story is a clear example of why the price you pay matters just as much as the price you sell at. During the pandemic boom, as I've talked a lot about, a lot of buyers were just convinced no matter what, the prices were going to keep going up. Okay, it was all they were thinking about, and that did not happen. It did not pan out that way. Fast forward, a lot of these purchases at these higher inflated prices have turned into some of the biggest losses that we've seen in the GTA region. For context, a semi in Brampton sold during the frenzy for 1.6 million. People were calling it a normal price at the time. Meanwhile, sellers who timed the peak could walk away with huge gains, okay? But those people buying at the top are in a completely different position right now. And here's the reality. We all know this. Markets are cyclical. They go up and down. In hot markets, people are very optimistic. Optimism runs wild. In cold market, fear takes over, right? Nobody wants to step up to the plate and swing the bat. The smart move is staying grounded, right? Making good financial decisions based on fundamentals, not falling for hype. And bottom line, overpaying for real estate can destroy your wealth just as fast as selling too low. And even in a strong housing market, entry point matters, right? Even if you're thinking long term, if you buy at this crazy euphoric frenzy time and you decide to sell just a couple years later, you could be in a very bad situation. And right now, certain pockets of the GTA, Brampton especially, are showing what happens when the market shifts hard in the other direction. Let me know what you guys think of this.